breaking free. Yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression. It's out for liberty, breaking free. Yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tainted. Voices getting loud, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty, breaking free. Yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. We're claiming our land.
I hate this show. Oh my goodness.
Welcome, everybody, to a special Halloween edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician?, where ideas get tested and egos get haunted. Tonight, our contestants step into the haunted house of history to face the true horrors of communism, from empty shelves to full prisons, from equality by force to misery by design. Our contestants will attempt to defend the revolution while we find out if central planning is the ultimate treat or the cruelest trick. So get ready, because tonight you decide who is smarter than a politician. So joining us tonight, Leon Trotsky. He provided his own bio, and it says he's a revolutionary genius, a military genius, a literary genius, an oratorical genius, a theoretical genius, a mathematical genius, and a cultural genius. And you can follow him on Facebook at Got the Trots. Welcome tonight to Leon Trotsky. Welcome, Leon. How are you tonight?
Cue the cultural means rabbits. It means rabbits. It means that I take care of the rabbits in here in Mexico. By the way, so Are You Smarter Than a Politician? That's what it's called?
That is correct. That's the name of
They
the
call
show.
it Are You Smarter Than Leon Trotsky? And says no, everyone goes home.
Is that what we do? We just end the show?
It could be easy.
Wouldn't you prefer there be suffering before we end the show?
There doesn't need to be needless suffering, just for the bourgeoisie, that's all.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Leon.
My pleasure, Connor.
Also joining us tonight is Frida Kahlo, artist, communist, thick ass. She's on Facebook at Frida Ass. Welcome tonight to Frida Kahlo. Welcome, Frida. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here this evening. I hope to have many things to say about how terrible politicians are. It is all about the people.
I'm sorry, I love this woman's great. This woman's fantastic, and she does incredible, and it's terrifying. This woman, she'll paint a picture of herself giving birth to herself. It is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen in my life. It's mortifying. I'm speechless. And
no one knows more about their own birth than themselves. You are what you become, and you are what you make yourself. I'm very glad this evening to not have to deal with my husband. Diego is at home where he should be.
Why, but real quick, why are you Austrian?
I don't know what you're talking about. My father was German. My mother was Mexican. I am a proud Mexican woman.
Oh my God. I was not prepared for Austria.
You're never prepared for it. That's the great thing about freedom is you're never prepared, and it's a wonderful satire of individualism. Because what is more individualistic than painting pictures of yourself constantly, all their life, all just self-portraits, and it is incredible critique of the artistic individualism.
I believe it's very important to show the world around you in the medium that you are most familiar with, and the thing that I'm most familiar with is myself.
I'm trying not to make eye contact, and I'm going with, if you want to follow Terry and I on X, I am Freedom for Us for All. Terry is Bats T76. If you want our swag, we've got unibrow shirts, we've got all sorts of stuff. That's at freedomsuperstore.com. We're on YouTube and we're on Rumble at Freedom Uncut. Thank you to our subscribers, Terry, Amity, Ocean Blue, Shirley, Dr. Belay and Lisa, Dan, Chris, Casey, Dan Krantz, and Jake Day. So thank you so much. If you subscribe to us on X, you get exclusive content, events, show credit, discounts on merch, instant follow, priority DMs. This is your backstage pass. And if you'd like to sponsor the show, I'm not even going to read this because nobody's going to watch this and sponsor the show. So, but that's it's. Oh my God!
The state sponsors the show, isn't that right? This is state-sponsored television.
It would really be our only hope at this point. That's studio at Freedom.
It's everyone's only hope.
Studio at freedomuncut.com. And our sponsor for tonight is Zano, and I'm sure they're going to love every second of this. And so if you're tired of surveillance coins dressed up as freedom tech, Zano is the real deal. Open source, enterprise-grade privacy, scalable and secure, build, spend, and tokenize any asset without the peeping eyes. Zano isn't just private. It's none of their damn business. New to this space, visit intro.zano.org to learn how Zano gives you the power to own your own data, your money, and your assets all in one simple, secure platform built for real-world freedom. And that website, again, is intro.zano.org. Thank you for sponsoring this trip down memory lane tonight with us. So
where's the country of Zano?
Let's just I'm not taking questions from the past or the future or anything like that.
I don't understand. What state is Zano?
Or Austria or Gold's Gym or whatever is going on over there. So if you haven't guessed by the chaos, this is Are You Smarter Than a Politician? The late night edition after dark. Please share this out if you want to horrify people in your timeline and maybe get unfollowed a bunch tonight. Oh my God. The winner tonight will get the Ron Paul holding the Ron Paul trophy.
What is that?
The do-it-yourself, no government in a box.
No government.
Mike Johnson Swamp Ass Cologne, the Ayn Rand Fountainhead Teddy Bear. You gotta like Ayn Rand, don't you, Leon? I don't
No,
really
but I love Comrade Trump.
Comrade Trump. We've got the Comrade Trump random tariff generator. You pull his arm to generate the tariff. It comes out of his ass and it crashes the economy.
I love it.
We've got the Are You Smarter Than a Politician home edition. You can play it at home. You can play it at your commune. You can play it in the gulag. It's really very flexible. We've got the Ron Paul and Murray Rothbard bobbleheads. I've already lost interest in what I'm doing so far. And we've got the Killdozer Lego because nobody talks about the Killdozer more than me and Casey. The rules are, I am the government, whatever I say goes. Scoring errors count.
Excellent.
Life isn't fair. Suck it up, Buttercup. Nobody cares. The rules are they can debate each other. You guys all know this part. I'm just skipping it. They start off with negative 500 points because, communism. And here's how scoring works. The chat controls the score. It's powered by the people, as Leon and Arnold would say. Give or take up to 100 points from the contestants. The subscriber bonus is they can give or take up to 200 points from the contestants. You can nuke the scores. Any former contestant can nuke a score, taking it all the way down to 0. It can only happen once, and it can only happen to one candidate as well. So, all right, let's jump into the chat and see if anybody's watching this. Oh my God!
Hello, the people.
There's people here. What's up, Building Head? That's a pretty neat guest list right there. Yeah, thanks, Hode. What's up, Amity? Great job tonight on Larry Sharp's show. Vote for Larry Sharp. We need him in New York. He will free Dexter Taylor. So I'm going to say that a lot. And you're going to hear me say it all the time. Vote Larry Sharp. There's Chris. What's up? Happy Halloween to you and Ezra, my favorite little guy. Shirley. No way Shirley stayed up an extra 2 hours. Man, that makes me so happy. Thank you, Shirley. What's up, Dan? You're not Crash. You're actually paying for this nonsense.
You
man.
do have to enlist in the party, though. You have to get a card and everything.
You're just like the commentator today. That's excellent. What's up, Cy? Minus 100 to free for no consume. It's just free and Terry. Yeah, that was the beginning. Yes. Oh my God, she's brilliant. Yeah. 100 to Leon, A+ for that attitude. That looks like Amanda's desk with all the writing on it.
I collectivized it. She was not using it properly. She was writing individualist nonsense. She's in a better place now. And by a better place, I mean the gulag.
I like to call it the Amanda Festo on her desk there.
Well, it's a very different festo now.
Yeah. All right. Late start. Yeah, we didn't think the kid should be awake for this. What's up, Kilburn? 100 to Frida. You're looking fire. You might want to adjust your screen there, Hode. 100 to all. This is badass. Glad I quit drinking. This was the wrong week to quit drinking. Why does Leon sound like a New York?
I can tell you, I spent some time in the Bronx as a young man, and I learned a number of things about the state of the proletariat in the Bronx. I was there in 1916, and I found a lovely Jewish dairy restaurant called Triangle Dairy. I frequented it every day and made great friends with the waiters, who eventually dumped hot soup on me for not tipping. But what I taught them was an acute sense of class consciousness, and I think they thank me now.
I feel like that was a longer answer than what we needed. What is going on in the background there, Frida? What is...
That is Diego's bathtub, in fact.
It's true.
Had,
I wanted to brag about Leon.
You had a body.
An excellent present. One of the bottles from Triangle Dairy.
You had a body floating in your bathtub there. There was a body in your bathtub behind you.
That's often true. It's part of communism.
Oh,
this is our bathtub.
I can't even talk. I just unsubbed to this show and subbed to Frida's OnlyFans. Oh my god. 100 to Trotsky and Frida for being better than Saturday Night Live. 100% true. What's up, Jake? I'm ignoring my ringing doorbell and watching this instead. Just chuck candy out the window. It's the People's International Socialist scoring her piss. The unibrow Frida is only possible on state communists. Yeah, and it's state issued. That's why I only get one.
I envy it, honestly. I wish I could grow in good facial hair like she has her eyebrow.
The state eyebrow is just one eyebrow. You just get one, so you have to use it
only one.
The whole face.
Nobody needs two eyebrows.
I can't believe we made it only through 13 minutes so far. All right. Terry, did you want to say hi or are you dying?
Hi, everybody.
I'm just going to randomly put Terry on the screen tonight. So, all right. Terry's going back in the chat. She controls the score. She is the an arm of the government tonight. So that'll be interesting. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Terry.
All right, let's get into it here. This is the lightning round. Leon, to you. Category is the economics of equality. Should the government decide how much someone is allowed to earn?
I don't like the word earn because it implies that someone did something to merit a thing. Yes, the government should be in charge of what people do. I don't really think it needs to be something that has to do with keeping income. And here's the interesting thing about that is that in the Soviet Union, we actually do not have income tax. We don't. We think that this is terrible, terrible hellhole. We don't have income tax in the Soviet Union. Nobody has income. So the government should be able to decide what somebody earns, and that answer should be zero, quite frankly, at the end of the redistribution. When we provide for all your needs, what do you need money for?
Yeah, that's great until you run out of other people's money. So next question is on
the embargo right now.
Yeah. Next question is to you, Frida. Can forced wage equality ever make society more productive?
I believe, as my love Trotsky has told you, there should be no such thing as wages. Everyone should be provided for by the government. This is obvious.
You're freaking me out. Oh my God.
Look at that icy stare. I fell for that stare. And I'm paying for it.
All right, back to you, Leon. The people's shortage. Has paying people not to work hurt America's workforce?
In the SFSR, we don't pay people not to work. People work. This is what I don't understand. You have a capitalist country and yet you pay people not to work. I don't get it. Everyone works in the Soviet Union. Everyone is provided for. So I don't understand this notion that people get paid not to work. No, people work and they do what they're told. I reject the premise of the question that people can get paid not to work. In a communist country, in a Marxist-Leninist society, everyone works and everyone loves their work. Everyone is able to be happy in their work. In your country, you have problems. Must be done.
All right. Frida, to you. Has government dependence replaced self-reliance in America?
You must be dependent on the government. They are the government. The only person who should ever be working at any sort of individual restaurant should be Leon Trotsky, who likes to eat at his little Latina cantina.
I'll come in through the back door of that cantina later.
All right. So back to you, Leon. Revolutionary reality check is the category. Do revolutions usually replace one ruling class with another?
Usually, yes. And that is the wonderful thing about a proletarian revolution, is it is the first revolution in history that does not just replace one class with another. In fact, it equalizes the classes. Now, of course, we had to go through all the various stages where we had the bourgeois revolution at first, and then there were classes, and we go back and we go forth. But the revolution that matters is the proletarian revolution, in which all classes are equalized. So no, what happens is that there is a revolutionary class, and it is all the people.
All right, Frida, to you. Can government-led revolutions ever lead to lasting freedom?
All revolutions are government-led. Government is the people and the people who govern them. This is obvious. Inherently, all lasting freedom must come from the government, and all freedom is nonsense.
May I make
People's jobs are handed out to them.
May I make a clarification? It's called permanent revolution. So if you have the right government in place, then the government becomes the force of revolution, and it goes. Not freedom, it's very different. Secondly, does free stuff just mean taxpayers pay for it? No, because it belongs to the people. Everyone is involved in the ownership of the resources, of the means of production. So the taxpayers don't pay for it. Once again, taxpayers do not pay income tax. But I reject the premise of freedom, so I wouldn't have much more to say on that. That's a lie.
I did. That was a good point. I just wanted to say Frida. Free.
It's not the same at all. Believe me, I wish her name was Liberation now.
All right. All right. So, all right, back to you, Frida. Should the government stop promising benefits it can't afford?
Government can print money. It can afford anything. Why would we have problems with money when the government can just print more?
I know another theory about this too. It's called modern monetary theory. It's wonderful. It's the newest groundbreaking thing. I'd like to take credit for it, so I will. Government can print money. We have no problems.
Oh, so all right, so that's in line with what we do in the U.S. So that's pretty popular here. All right, back to you, Leon. Category is the Great Purge of Logic. Should facts ever be censored because they offend people?
Nothing should be censored because it offends someone. Now, when you talk about facts, I'm not interested in what's true. What I'm interested in is what happened. And so when we're telling the story of what happened, we can't have the truth get in the way of it. Is not censorship? No, it is carefully curating the popular reception of what happened. It's not about offense. It's just about what the people need in order to have all that they can enjoy. And the liberation. The liberation is important.
All right, excellent. Frida, back to you. Is America less rational because schools teach ideology over logic?
America is less rational because they don't teach the power of the government. Everything must come from the government. This isn't ideology or logic. This is just truth.
I'm still dying. Oh my God. Leon, back to you. The category is collective ownership, collective misery. Has central control made people less free?
Once again, yes, it's made people less free, and it is a good thing. You liberals with your obsession with freedom and liberty. We are talking about liberation, which means making the individual person less free. Yes, but what it does is it liberates society so that people are not held by the shackles of trying to define themselves and actualizing themselves and thinking about profit in pursuit of whatever, happiness, I don't know. It's about liberation. So yes, I am all about making people less free if it liberates them. You should write that down.
I don't have a pen, but all right, Frida, to you. Has central planning ever improved an economy long term?
Just look at the USSR. Clearly more powerful than America with their bullshit.
Clarification, not Stalin's USSR. Stalin is a terrible fascist.
I don't know. Stalin is a bit of a bear. I am enjoying the way he looks at me.
Well, you do like bears. That's true. That's how I know that I am one. Still got my Red Army days. The trout's still trotting.
All right, Leon, back to you.
Yeah.
Categories: collective ownership, collective misery.
He said that.
Can any collective system succeed without competition?
Competition from what? The Marxist electoral competition? Can any collective system? Yes, because competition, you're talking about market competition. That is the death of any collective system, because what it does is it privileges the individual over the whole. If you're having competition, then what you are trying to do as the competitor is succeed and beat someone else out. It also keeps people from focusing on what can actually drive efficiency, which is a centrally planned, nationalized economy. If you have competition, it draws people away from that. They start pursuing things. They start getting commodities all of a sudden. And then the society goes crystal flat.
All right. Back to you, Frida. Does abolishing private property destroy prosperity?
Prosperity comes from the government. Private property is nonsense. Everything is owned by those who work it. It is the power of the people. Going to have to draw you a painting later to explain its basic fact.
All right. Back to you, Leon. Category is censorship for the common good.
That I like.
Has censorship ever made a society freer?
I am replacing the word freer, and I heard that you understood that. Replacing the word freer with more liberated, and the answer is absolutely. Liberation requires guiding the people to a correct outcome, and that requires curating the information at the people's disposal. Censorship is the only way to get the people to liberation. So what happens eventually is that you get.
No, I'm censoring you right now. I do like the idea of censorship. I just muted you. So
I can't. This is exactly what they did at the last party Congress.
what? Wait, sorry, you're muted again. I just censored you. So
that's not the right kind of censorship. You'd have to do the right kind of. I have theories about what kind of censorship is appropriate, and it's not the muting of the microphone. That's not how you do it. But eventually, you have the counter-revolutionary groups, and the counter-revolutionary groups come along, and they want their newspapers, they want their journals, and we can't have that. So during times of revolution and upheaval, you need a strong government to be able to tell you what is correct and what is incorrect. And so, no, the counter-revolutionary groups, they need to be censored. They need to not have their papers and their presses.
All right. We heard some of that. So to you, Frida, should the government decide what counts as misinformation?
Everyone knows that the government decides what is true and false. The government decides everything. The government decides what freedom means. The government decides what words are. The government decides what is art, and that's why my art sells so well to communists.
It is fantastic art, I have to tell you. It is the most disturbing thing I have ever seen in my entire life. She painted a picture of me with a monkey in the background. I am captivated by that monkey.
I feel like this is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. Right.
The monkey haunts my dreams.
I don't even think a monkey makes that more disturbing. Oh, all right. So lots of misinformation from both of you there. So thank you for that.
She is misinformation. Yeah.
If she was a centerfold, she would be misinformation. Is really that's very true.
Yes, with more than a page.
All right,
my
Leon,
ass would
back
not
to you.
fit on the middle pages of a centerfold.
God help us where the staple is in that picture. All right.
Right down the center.
All right. Leon, back to you.
Penis.
Category is the workers' paradise. Should politicians set wages instead of markets?
Well, no, markets should set the wages because the market should be regulated by the government. The government is the market, so the government should be making the decisions about who gets what. The politicians, I don't know. You always get kinds of crazy politicians. Stalin's a crazy politician. Stalin is a fascist dictator politician. So not just any politicians, but the people who are actually capable of leading. Absolutely. What are they going to do? They're going to run the market. That is what a government is there for.
All right. Frida, back to you. Let's see. Category or the question is: should unions be allowed to force membership?
Oh, sorry.
I am a big fan of unions. That's why I'm doing so well without Diego here, but Leon's with me. Free, are you single?
I am not, thankfully. Picked a really good month to come off the market, really, is what I'm learning tonight. All right, so enter scores. Thank God we made it through one of these, and God help us, there's more. So let's check out what's going on in the
That's how I
chat.
felt after 1905. Thank goodness. My God. We made it through it, and then we've got the main stage production coming up in 1970. It's exactly how it.
Okay. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. 100 to Leon for the historically accurate Bronx deli story.
You were
Yeah,
there,
that was a nice touch. That
Yeah.
was a nice touch. Yeah. 100 to Frida for doing the worm with its eyebrow. 100 to Trotz for not liking the term earn. Minus 200 to Leon for controlling the means of production. 100 points to Leon for the accent.
It's not an accent. It's just a way of life.
Am I supposed to score from AOC's point of view? I really don't think it matters at this point, Dan. Where's the poll on betting how many questions we get through? I'm shocked we got through this many, Casey. Trotz got minus 200. 150 to Leon. Do what you're told or face the wall.
I like that.
200 to Frida for the creepy stare. Can we stop the creepy stare? Because it's really creepy. What's up, Mark? Well done. Thank you. But I think that was false, too. That's more misinformation. Minus 200 to Trotz for stealing our pay, commie bastard. 100 to Leon for doing the perfect John Torero impression.
I don't know who that is.
100 to Trotsky for being a believable Seinfeld character.
I would love to do a spinoff with Kramer.
Trotsky's theory of self-indulgence, minus 200. 1 for Frida. Why so serious? Oh my God, I'm pretty sure I just got minus 10,000 brain cells from even watching this.
I'll paint you more.
That is absolutely true. Our RFK is going to shut us down at some point and make us take that blue shit or whatever in our drinks. Minus 100 to Trots. MMT is never funny.
No, it's completely serious. Serious theory.
Minus 200 to Leon. Truth will set you free.
I don't want freedom.
100 points to Leon for sounding like a Jewish grandma. What's
fair.
up, Sean? 200 to Leon. I can't breathe. Minus 200 Frida. I just can't. I am also in the I just.
This feels like racism.
You're all of the races right now, though. So you're the perfect.
I am a
blend.
strong, proud Mexican artist.
100 to free if he saves these questions and reuses them for a serious episode. This is as close to serious as I get right here. Frida has a 6 o'clock shadow. It's more like
Thank you for noticing.
10 o'clock or an 11 o'clock shadow.
Very insecure about my goatee.
In Trotskyist Russia, Free would have a pen.
Excellent point.
LMAO for me for even trying to take this serious. Even Grumpy Gnome is what the fuck in this show. 100 to Frida for entertaining my 8-month-old. Joe Anush is here. What the hell is this? 2,000 to me for muting Leon. I must do that again.
Some people are intimidated by brilliance.
Well, you said you liked censorship, so I'm going to start censoring you.
The censorship is a sticky wicket.
The greatest satire against communism ever. Thank you, Phil. Wow, what's up, William? Minus 100 Frida for laughing. She or it was doing really well for a minute there. Y'all ain't right. Yeah, that's 100%.
No, we are
true.
very left. We are extremely left.
Yeah, very, very much left. All sanity has left at this point. So let's check the scores and see if what we're at here. Oh, we're not doing bad here. Frida's only minus 399, so has made up some points. Leon, you have many theories, but not a whole lot of points at this point. Negative 1,700. You're in last place. What do you think so far?
Well, first of all, yeah. Wait, I thought I was. Put the thing up again. Put the thing up again. What? I thought it was. Where am I?
You're Leon.
Oh,
you're
okay.
Leon.
That's fair.
Check the
That's
name
fair.
tag. It's like right there on your.
I believe this is rigged, and I believe that Terry is possibly working for Stalin. I will have to watch my back.
All right. Speaking of watching your hairy back, what do you think so far, Frida?
I believe that the scores need to be distributed to the people. It is ridiculous to give me more points than Leon. Listen to his brilliant theories.
I just wanted to see that face for a couple extra seconds.
I thought you said you weren't single free.
we've lost Leon's interest at this point. Leon, would you like to continue playing?
I'm reading my theories. I make myself laugh. I was so young and foolish that, yes, I will continue playing.
Okay. What if I want to opt out of this? Is there a button or something?
There is no opt out. It's what if you want to opt out of the gulag? It's a meaningless question.
I feel like I'm in a forced labor camp at this point.
It will build your sense of fidelity to the cause. That's why I like them.
Okay. Back to you, Leon. Categories decentralized finance. And this is brought to us by our sponsor that I'm sure is thrilled right now, Xano. Please check out Xano, info.xano.org. And, interested in Leon's thoughts on this. Has centralized banking failed to protect consumers from inflation and corruption?
That is the most backwards proposition known to man within the last 2 minutes. Centralized banking is what helps keep inflation down because you know exactly the value that the currency is going to have. And so therefore you are able to protect the people from all of this predatory currency competition, which I've heard of. You might be impressed. But no, it is a protective mechanism, and we should be doing more to insist that centralized banking remains supreme.
Okay, Frida, to you. Does decentralization make an economy stronger by reducing government control?
Nothing can reduce government's control. They control the entire everything. The market, the people, the jobs. You don't eat without the government. Fucking capitalist pig.
Okay. Back to you, Leon. Does banning or restricting crypto protect banks more than consumers?
I don't understand the question. You plural banks. What is this? Again, you're dealing with faulty premises here. There should not be multiple banks. We should not have private banks. We have a central bank, and that is all. Furthermore, when the currency is redistributed, there is less need to save the money because you have what you need, you don't have what you don't. No commodities.
Okay. Frida, to you. Should citizens be free to trade or hold digital assets without government oversight?
Should be free to do anything.
There are no assets without government oversight. Nothing matters without the government. Obviously. We are here because of the government. We live and breathe every day because of the government. Individual freedom is something that is purely in your mind that you're imagining. The government is how we all survive as one social species.
All right. Back to you, Leon. Category is redistribution or robbery. Is wealth redistribution theft?
Wealth is theft. The hoarding of private capital, especially when it has to do with the production of others, is theft. It is theft of labor. It is theft of labor power. It is theft of livelihood. The wealth, the idea of accruing capital at the expense of society, that is what is theft, my friend.
All right. Back to you, Frida. Does taking from some to give to others reduce motivation?
Motivation is provided by the government. You do what you are told. You work the job that is necessary. That is why I'm an artist. That is how I became so great at art. The government tells me they need art. I make art.
All right, Leon, back to you. Category is the bureaucracy of compassion. Does government compassion require coercion?
This liberal concept of compassion, I don't understand. If you're talking about what is right for the progress of society, what is right for the progress of humanity, and you're calling that compassion, you're selling it short. It is all about logical processes. It is all about moving history forward, and time is very important to history. I wrote that once. Does it require coercion? Absolutely. So what is wrong with coercion? The only reason you would have a problem with coercion is if you have this notion of self-ownership, that somehow the self is sacrosanct and we have to not violate that sense of selfhood. It's ephemeral, it's metaphysical, it's nonsense. What matters is moving history forward. Progress. Yes, I don't mind coercing someone for that. It's necessary. In fact, I'd be proud.
And bad news for Trotsky here. Trotsky just got nuked by Travis because Travis doesn't happen to have an ice pick handy. So
honestly,
yeah.
It's less painful.
Yeah. So we got that going on here. So yeah, this is what's going on to you there, Trotsky. So you got nuked.
Yeah.
And yeah. All right. All right. Back to you, Frida. Has welfare made poverty worse by removing incentive?
Again, the government tells you what to do. You do what the government tells you. There is no incentive required. You do what you are told.
All right. Back to you, Leon. Category is the cult of the leader. Should citizens ever trust anyone who seeks more power?
There are a few ways of going about this. And sometimes people desire power because they know that they can be helpful to the people. That is good. Sometimes people like Stalin to seek power in order to tyrannize the people, and that is wrong. people should be suspicious of anyone who is claiming to seek power for the sake of aggrandizement or expansion. If someone wants to seek power because they have an actual plan, they have actual theories about how we are supposed to move society forward, and Stalin did not, you should listen to the person with the theories, the person who's actually thought about this, the person who's studied, the person who's read Marx. I doubt Stalin's even read Marx. He might have had someone read it to him as a bedtime story. But I forgot the question. So the answer is Marx.
Yeah. Your mic got a little quiet. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's more censorship coming from me. I don't know what that is. But all right, Frida, to you. Does hero worship make voters blind to corruption?
The only heroes that should be worshipped are those who led the revolution. Lenin, my own Trotsky, maybe Stalin.
I wish you wouldn't.
If we could stop that, that would make my job so much easier tonight. Oh my God.
I've asked her the same thing. She doesn't stop. She doesn't stop.
Oh, there's no stopping that.
There's no stopping Frida Kahlo.
Pump the brakes, Frida. Oh my God. Leon, to you.
It's hard
Category
to stop something with a
is-
caboose that's incredible.
A whole train of cabooses is what you are, Frida. Yeah. So, Leon, the category is the art of obedience, and I can't even see through the tears.
It's all right. I can read it. I'm a very good reader.
Has
Very good at
compliance replaced courage in modern society?
Compliance is courage in a communist society, in a state communist society. To do as you are directed by those who know better and those who know more is the courageous thing to do. It is to forfeit your sense of self and to acquiesce to the needs of the people and to the demands of the state. That is the most courageous thing. It is the most selfless act, and that's why we reward it with various honors and such. Order of whatever, Order of Lenin, that's a thing. There's no Order of Trotsky. Why is there no Order of Trotsky? I don't know.
All right, Frida, to you. The question is, should following orders excuse immoral actions?
I don't understand the question. The only option is to follow orders. If the orders are deemed immoral, it must be by a liberal.
I mean, just the visual was immoral actions right there was just, it was just too good to pan off of. But all right, Leon, back to you. The category is utopia on paper, hunger in reality. Has any centrally planned economy ever eliminated poverty?
Yes, Oz did. After the war, communism, it eliminated the need, the wants for things. Now, yes, it also eliminated excess wealth. And everyone cries out, oh, that means poverty. It doesn't mean poverty. It means you're provided for. It means you don't need to hoard excess wealth because the state is going to help get us where we need to be. Has it eliminated poverty? Absolutely. And it has also eliminated the poverty of the mind and the intellectual spirit by providing doctrine. And what is our doctrine? Marxism.
I can't even handle the chat either. I need to just look straight ahead. Like, does communism offer blinders or something? Because I feel like that's what I need at this point. Frida,
For
to you.
interrogations sometimes.
Should politicians experiment with citizens' livelihoods?
Of course, how else will we find what people are best at? That's how I became such an incredible artist. They had me start as a stenographer, as if they needed me to type in the fucking courtrooms. It's not difficult. If they're accused, they're guilty, they go to gulag.
Art was the thing that Frida was best at. And I say that this knowingly, knowing
That's
all
not
of the
what
other things.
Leon
she's great.
told me last evening.
You said you would keep that between us.
Oh, I kept it between us.
Natalia could be watching. That's all I'm saying.
I keep telling you to invite Natalia, and you keep denying her.
Natalia is busy with the bodyguard. I don't know what they do.
He can come too.
Oh, he has. when I was writing about Marxism and military knowledge.
Leon, back to you. The category is ideology versus individuality. Is individualism essential to a healthy society?
There can be no individualism with society. Society and individualism are anathema. Individualism irrevocably and inevitably leads to atomism. Atomism and isolationism and a cult of the self that refuses any outside influence. There is no society with individualism. I hate to break it to you, but it seems that you're learning that there in America.
Frida, back to you. Should people be judged by actions, not affiliations?
People should be judged by the government. Their affiliation is communist. They're part of the government. They're part of the people. They do what the government tells them to. It is that simple. Obviously. What are you doing later, Free?
Hyperventilating is really what I'm doing now and probably later. Back to you, Leon. Category is the state knows best. Do unelected bureaucrats have too much power over daily lives?
This might surprise you. My answer is yes. We have become far too bureaucratic with the expansion.
I would just like
of
to
all
point out that Amity says to F the government, and as always, I'm down.
It's a different kind of F. I would give a grade of F to the government based on your American system. No, we need a system that is less bureaucratic and more efficient. Bureaucracy just means that there are more silos to go through for the things, and you stamp the paper, and then you get the other form, and everything has to be in triplicate, and it's nonsense. There has to be one central body that is doing all of the things. None of this bureaucratic nonsense. Everything needs to be streamlined from the central command to my lips and back again.
I enjoy your lips, Leon.
I enjoy it too.
I was supposed to go to Savannah. I just want to point that out. That
Like
this all went really wrong sometime earlier today. All right. Back to you, Frida. Although I'm already regretting that choice. Should parents, not the state, control children's education?
I don't understand the question. The state controls everything, including the parents' education, the children's education, the schoolhouses, anything that they need. Children must be taught the job that they are to do. They must do the job, and the state tells them the job.
All right. Back to you, Leon. Oh, thank God we're at a score break.
Into the scores.
Yeah.
I love the scores. The scores are great. They're numbers. I'm good at numbers. I was very good at math. I counted all the pigs in the first try in the exam in Ukraine.
Phil points out, in communist, are you smarter than a politician? Negative points mean you're winning. And that's been Zach's theory all along. Remember the low score wins. Yeah, thank you, Grumpy. Minus 100 from Frida and Trumpsky to starve authoritarianism. What's up, Travis? 100 to Free. A huge thank you for tonight. Rough day for me, and you made it all better with laughter. I'm in pain, but I'm glad you're laughing at it. Leo, why are you hiding your face laughing at the beauty of Frida? Minus 200. Frida's third chin is staring at me. Minus 100 to Frida for breaking the camera and staying in character. Minus 200 Frida for making flirty eyes at Free. Yeah, Andy won't like that. Minus 100 from Trumpsky for hoarding capital letters USSR and CCP. Frida, my man, have you ever heard of Gillette? Good night. If I
don't know why they're asking me to shave. It's taken me 30 years to cultivate this.
That's just torture free. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to torture everybody. It's Halloween. We did the nuke already. 100 to Leon. I'd let him coerce me so long as the nose glasses stay
The
on.
glasses are doing fine. It's the mustache that is really, really getting on my nerves. I did not expect mustache hair and nose hair to be so closely related. Here we are.
Yeah.
It's like little.
Free to my man, 200 points. If you paint your face right now, just slap that brush across your face. Wait, doesn't taking Leon's scores give him points? Like a lot? Yeah.
I like that theory. I'll write about it later.
The nuke went backwards on that one.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
not
yeah,
helpful.
yeah.
Yep. You increased Leo's points. That's what happened. Minus 100 to Leon. Careful, these concepts that you know so well will permanently be etched into your brain. Got to remove the porcupine behind the podium on the graphic to a starving person in communism. That's absolutely true. Minus 100 to Frida for her caboose. 100 to Frida. Those deep stares are making me feel things. This is getting even weirder if that's actually possible. Damn it, stop that. Freaky Frida is freaky. Minus 200 to Frida. Language. 200 to Frida to keep hitting on Free. Just got here. What the fuck am I watching? I have no idea.
The rest
Jason.
of your life
No
under
idea,
Marxism.
Jason. When did Mexican Frida Kahlo start to sound like Austrian Arnold Schwarzenegger? That was 51 minutes ago, Big John. That was the time on that. Oh my dear God in heaven, save me from this evil laughter.
Get some materials.
+1 to me for not controlling his emotions during this difficult time. Imagine this being your first time tuning in, questioning life choices. Like this show's sponsored too. If you want to really have a good laugh on my account, 100 to Frida for the eyebrow arch. 100 to Frida for that eyebrow on F the government. I see you. Yeah, we should have chosen Savannah Hamady. 100 to Leon Trotsky for reminding me of every Jewish mom I ever worked with on Wall Street.
That's fair.
200 to Jack Black with the flower on his head. Oh my God. Oh, let's check the scores. See if anything is surviving at this point. Leon jumped out into the lead with the negative nuke. So negative 1,200 points. Would be losing though, because Frida's only at negative 2199. Somehow there were positive points earned at some point, which I don't understand at all. Let's just get back into it because I'm really having a hard time holding it together at all at this point. Leon, back to you.
Yep.
Category is from each according to fear. Has fear replaced freedom as the government's main tool?
Again, freedom is never a good tool. Freedom is only a tool of the bourgeoisie, and it is a tool because it is a myth that keeps the proletariat in line, keeps them lusting after things that are stupid and silly. Fear. Fear can be very good for galvanizing the people to action, but there has to be something that's more than fear. Anger. There needs to be anger as well as some very good weapons.
All right. Frida, back to you. Is fear the foundation of control in modern government?
Emotions are irrelevant. The government is in control, and that is all that matters.
Leon, back to you. Category is the failure of abundance. Can abundance exist without economic freedom?
When you say abundance, I hear commodities, and I don't want it. Can abundance exist? Can more things than we can access exist? Why do we need excess? We only need excess for specific revolutionary episodes, and only when I say so.
All right, Frida, back to you. Does too much government create shortages in a wealthy nation?
What would too much government be? The government should be all powerful, nearly the god of the people.
All right, Leon, back to you. The category is truth management division. Has the media become the state's propaganda arm?
That is genuinely what the media is supposed to be. The media is the state's propaganda arm. So you asked this question. I would like for that to be the case. I don't quite see it becoming the case in America with your independent journalists and your Substacks and all of this nonsense. Let me tell you, I would shut that down immediately. Every single person that's using a Substack, I would have someone else go to their house and shut their computer down and do much worse, quite frankly. Yes. The media is meant to be the propaganda outlet of the organization that is keeping everyone in line and keeping everyone happy.
I think I'm going to use this episode to try to get on MSNBC. I think I have a chance finally.
I have the glasses.
Yeah. All right, Frida, to you. Should politicians be punished for lying to the public?
The politicians decide what is true. They cannot lie to the public. They only tell them what they need to believe.
All right, Leon, back to you. The category is revolutionaries without results. Have most political revolutions failed to improve people's lives?
Most, yes. Throughout history, yes, because revolutions follow a cycle. As you know, there's the bourgeois revolutions, and that was the American Revolution. And then you have proletarian revolutions. Now, this is when you actually start to see improvement of lives, but we must keep it constant. So what we need to do is institute systems that allow for permanent revolution, which essentially means the government is in charge. But it's revolutionary, and so it's fine. I have a theory about it, if you want to know. It's an entire book.
I can never tell when you're done talking.
Not
all right.
I.
Yeah. All right. Frida, back to you. Do most revolutions end with the same oppression they fought against?
Any good revolution ends with the government oppressing the people by illiberal standards. The power of the government must be increased through revolution. That is the way that we are all happy together. Plenty of revolutions have been by the individualists, but that is nonsense that gets in the way of true glory of the people through communist regime.
All right, Leon, back to you. Category is the price of dissent. Should criticizing the government always be legal?
No, it should not be, for very, very logical reasons related to the functioning of the society. However, if you want to take issue with a particular, labor policy, so you publish something in one of the state papers and it's edited and it's made sure that it's all clean and coherent and nice, and you can do it that way. You can say certain things and the editors will take care of all the nonsense and put it in there, and then we can have a nice logical discourse. But just criticizing the government willy-nilly is slated to lead to disaster. This is what happened. This is what led to the Kronstadt insurgency. You understand that it was all about the criticizing government. They send this missive, this resolution that we want freedom of speech, we want freedom of the press, we want the right to assemble by ourselves, we want to have our own unions. My God, your own unions, it's crazy. And we had to take action, obviously. That's what criticizing the government leads to. So if anything, preventing people from criticizing the government is helping them from not getting attacked and drowning in the ice.
All right. Frida, back to you. Should whistleblowers be protected from prosecution?
It depends on the whistleblower. If they are attempting to undermine the government, they should be sent directly to the gulag or put to death. If there is someone who is trying to explain that the government is being undermined and they are whistleblowing on some kind of revolutionary, counter-revolutionary activity, then that is a good thing. They should be given a place in the central command, in the central committee.
All right, Leon, back to you. The category is when equality means misery. Can freedom and forced equality exist?
No, they cannot, and that is the point. The problem was you set up all these questions thinking that freedom was supposed to be this good thing. No, forced equality eliminates freedom. Yes. The people, they always talk about how they want freedom. They want freedom, they want liberty, all of this, all of that. What they need is liberation. And so, yes, that requires equalization, that requires some coercion because of your Western mythos making people believe that freedom and liberty are desirable. It's even in your name, my gosh.
All right. Frida, to you. Does punishing success ever lift the poor?
Success, poverty, all of these things, they are unity. By working together, we either all move up or we all fall down. There's no such thing as some sort of split success and failure. The state does well We all do well. The state does poor. We are all poor. Just look at China.
What are we supposed to take from China? We're supposed to like them. We're supposed to not like them. I never know.
It depends on which leader's in charge.
Chiang Kai-shek should never have gotten that money.
That
That's what
wasn't
I'll say.
China.
That was Chiang Kai-shek. Incredible character, really. Just absolute nonsense. And that's when
Oh
it
my
started.
God.
That was before the revolution, Leon.
It was, well, it prevented a real proletarian revolution.
All right. Back to you,
Chiang
Leon.
Kai-shek is in charge of what is now Taiwan.
Category is the paperwork state. Should government agencies that fail be automatically shut down?
I'm not sure what you mean by fail, but government agencies that are not functioning as efficiently, usually there's an element of sabotage, I have to tell you, and the sabotage needs to be rooted out. Wrecking cannot be permitted. Now, once that's taken care of, then that agency should be given more support, should be restaffed in some cases, and should be bolstered. So no, it shouldn't be failing, because then if the government fails, then all of the society fails. The people fail.
Okay. Frida, back to you. Is red tape the true cause of government failure?
In any states run by communists, all tape should be red tape.
All right. Leon, back to you. The category is the myth of collective genius. Should the government decide which inventions reach the market?
The government should be telling people what to build, and the people should build it. And in that sense, because when you have a centrally planned economy, it is more efficient. I have written about this many times. When you have a centrally planned economy, what you're able to do is you are able to figure out what the people need. You're able to manage what the people need so that the people don't think that they need things that they don't actually need. And then you are able to create and put things into what you're calling the market that people actually do need. So yes, but it's a good thing. And you're saying it very accusatorily, and I don't like it.
I can't believe you'd attack Leon like this.
It's kind of what I do. All right. Back to you, Frida. Can progress exist without competition?
Progress only exists without competition. The government has no competition. The government is all powerful. It tells people how to progress. People progress. It is that simple. Otherwise, everyone is causing chaos and in everyone's way.
All right, Leon, back to you. The category is the death of incentive. Does taxation push success? Does taxation punish
even
successful people?
This is what private school does to you. I can't even read. No, taxation is what allows for people, redistributions, what allows for everyone to be successful, everyone to have the opportunity to be successful. That's what that is. So no, it doesn't punish successful people. It enables successful people.
All right. Frida, back to you. Can prosperity exist without personal incentive?
Of course, we must all grab hands and work together to create something larger than has ever been seen before. Individualism gets in the way of this progress, in the way of this prosperity of the people and of the state and of everyone.
All right, back to you, Leon. Oh, thank God. Enter
scores.
Enter
Scores,
scores.
the numbers,
Yeah,
they're
let's see if anybody's still watching this. Oh my God.
Apparently, we've got thousands. It must be a watch party at the good one.
Dan says I'm claiming this episode on my taxes. Yeah, you should also apply for compensation to
I'll
the
claim your
communist
taxes for
government.
this episode is what I'll do.
100 to Frida for looking prettier than me. That's facts. 1,000 to both for staying in character so well. No, this is really them. Minus 200 to Leon. We are the media. F the propaganda arm of the state. Minus 100 to Trotsky for mentioning Substack.
I didn't want
100
to.
to Free for allowing the long Frida stares. Yeah. Minus 200 Free Snowden. Feardom. Yeah, that's where we're at. We're literally right in the midst of feardom right now. Free if you went to Savannah, Frida would be much closer to you. Just think of it that way. You saved yourself from getting the unibrow beat down. I helped a communist. I will now commit seppuku. 100 to me for staying more than 3 minutes. Yeah, you might be entitled to compensation as well, Jason. 200 to Frida because every time she leans into the camera, I feel like I've stumbled across the weirdest chat roulette channel ever. Yeah, that's really our claim to fame. Scariest part of my night is knowing a lot of people genuinely agree with what's being said. Yes, that's true. 1984 Animal Farm, both of them would be my vote. In communist states, paper is only used to print money. Yeah, welcome to America. This show is a hit. Well done, Free and Terry. Well, I'm not really taking credit for any of this. Over 5K now. Wow. Everything else uses violence for bureaucracy. Yep. Lots of people watching. What? Yeah. What is literally the question of the night? In communism, there was always the state of failure. Jamie's here. Minus 400 to Frida for correctly identifying the color of communist tape. Okay, Trumsky, I like your voice too much. Minus 200. I once dated the granddaughter of Kang Kai Shek, chef, but only for her ample dumplings.
That's
Sorry to
fair.
steal your joke there, John.
And with Frida for her ample packed dumplings.
I've been straight edge for all 60 years of my life, but I found myself reaching for the Jack Daniels during this episode. Yeah, treat yourself. Have a shot on the
You should
Communist
stick with
Party
proper
here.
vodka.
All right, let's
Jack
see
Daniels
where we're at
is
score-wise.
individualist crap.
Leon still in the lead, minus 1,700. Really only separated by the nuke. Frida keeps sinking at negative 32.99. It's probably the weight of the unibrow would
It's
be
the
my
weight of
guess.
the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the caboose too. Yep. And all right, last category of the night. We've survived this long. Category is pick one.
This is exactly what I feel like doing, by the way, in that picture. This mustache. I've been wearing this disguised mustache ever since I got thrown into a pile of hay by my first wife to escape Siberia. And let me tell you, it is itchy. It's always going in my nose. And I don't like it. I'm committed to it.
I keep offering to show Leon my routine for the incredible mustache, but he won't take my advice.
I take personal grooming very seriously.
Oh my god. I forgot what we're doing. I think it's to you, Leon. The best path to economic growth: free markets, central planning, public-private partnerships, worker cooperatives, or universal basic income.
The central planning is what will allow for the elimination of the free market nonsense. Will allow for the. I'm not sure about the worker co-ops. To be quite frank, it's a little bit breaking up the union and having the worker-led unions, and that's been a whole disaster. I'm sure you've heard about it. I would definitely go with central planning, and then from there we can institute what we like. We get rid of what we don't.
All right, Frida, to you. Most effective anti-poverty strategy: private charity, welfare programs, job creation, guaranteed income, or price controls.
Clearly, guaranteed income is the way to go. Prices will be controlled by the government anyway. Giving the people exactly as much money as they need to buy what they need is the way that solves all of the problems. If there's a problem with money, we print more money. If there's a problem with food stuffs, we kill people. Then you need less foodstuffs.
Leon, back to you. Most efficient way to manage an economy: local control, central planning, global coordination, corporate planning, or technocratic oversight.
The global coordination, I don't know right now because you still got that Western stranglehold on the people. Can you pull up the list again? I wasn't thinking. I was thinking about myself. Thank you.
I was thinking about you too, Leon.
I was thinking about you thinking about me. So the local control. It's just laughing because of how silly that is. Then you're not having the coordination. You're not having the the ability to transact and to figure out what people actually need. So again, I'm going to go with the central planning, but the central planning needs to be run by the right people. So if you want to call it technocratic oversight, then maybe, but I'm going to go with central planning is central, if you will. I made a pun. I make myself laugh. I know.
Frida, back to you.
So you're supposed to be coming up soon, Free?
No, God, no, please, God, no.
Georgia's a bit cold right now.
Oh my God.
My scarf isn't quite enough.
Frida, this is to you. Best way to prevent economic collapse: decentralization, stronger federal authority, more regulation, public ownership, or price stabilization.
Clearly, the proper answer.
Please, God, just
Is-
answer quickly.
Oh dear. Oh no, she's wonderful, isn't she?
Clearly, what we need is stronger federal authority. With a stronger government, everything is better for everyone.
All right, Leon, back to you. Most effective way to reduce inequality: education, job creation, redistribution, tax reform, or local entrepreneurship.
Well, education is important, obviously, as to a doctrine, as to Marxism, and will keep us from having inequality in the future. Job creation, that goes right in hand with redistribution. The government's creating the jobs, everything is fine. Tax reform, again, that is part of the redistributive scheme. And then local entrepreneurship, I don't know what is that. I don't want any of this Etsy nonsense. I don't want people making their own wares, selling their own wares, making their own profit. You get to commodities very quickly. That way, I'm going to go with redistribution.
I propose that we replace Etsy with the gulags. If
I
people
love
want knickknacks and trinkets, we can at least force them to do it.
And do it supervised too.
Actually, I might be in favor with that one too. I don't.
Yeah.
That one actually doesn't sound. Out of all the ideas tonight, that might be my favorite one. Let's see. Back to you, Frida. Biggest cause of inequality: corruption, laziness, discrimination, centralization, or overregulation.
Clearly, the answer is discrimination. People keep trying to discriminate against the government and the power of centralization, and it keeps causing problems for everyone. If they would just give in to the government, everything could be so much simpler for everyone. Distribute the wealth, distribute everything that's needed. If you have a problem, you go to the store and you buy it. You do not create a farm in the middle of nowhere.
All right, Leon, back to you. Most just form of property ownership: private ownership, collective ownership, community stewardship, state management, or public-private hybrid.
Eventually, we want to get to collective ownership, but until then, the people need to learn what that means. And so then the state needs to monitor it and regulate it and supervise it. So right now, we need the state management of the property before we transition into the collective ownership. Marx talks about this as that the people need to be ready for communism before communism can happen. The people are ready. They just don't know that they're ready. So we have to show them that they're ready, and that requires the state management.
All right, Frida, to you.
I love when he opens his eyes. He has such beautiful eyes.
Oh my
Not that he
God,
lets me see them often because he only hits it from the back.
Please stop. Okay. I can't handle this.
I say that very often. Cannot handle that ass.
I am a lot of woman for even Leon to handle.
It's true. And I mean, I have a military history. I have developed military strategies and had other people carry them out, so I can handle quite a lot.
He likes
All
to
right.
make war on his thick Latina.
All right, Frida, back to you. Most effective path to affordable housing: deregulation, rent control, zoning reform, public housing, or tax credits?
Clearly, the answer is public housing, and that's also how we get the beautiful brutalism. By building the proper apartments for everyone. No one needs more than 400 square feet. 100 square meters or so is plenty for everyone.
All right. Back to you, Leon. Most important factor in economic growth: capital investment, labor freedom, government spending, innovation, or trade?
See, this is a trick question because you think that the answer is going to be government spending, but what allows the government to spend in a communist country? Trade with capitalist nations. That's what gives us the means of doing all the things that we want to do. So I'm going with trade. Once the embargo hits, it's terrible for the communist country. The trade is necessary to facilitate the government spending so we can get the things. I love those trade agreements.
All right. Back to you, Frida. Best way to encourage job creation: tax cuts, training programs, regulation reform, public projects, or minimum wage hikes?
I believe that the correct answer here is training programs. You train people to do the job you want them to do, and they do the job. It's very simple. That is how I am an artist. That's why Diego's at home as an artist, to letting himself go. But luckily, my love Leon is here for me.
Leon, back to you.
Hit me.
Primary purpose of government: protect rights, provide services, redistribute wealth, enforce equality, or guide morality?
Well, see here we have another. You have to think of it as an abstraction because enforcing equality takes care of many of these things. Enforcing equality is about I don't do the rights thing, but it's about giving people what they need, providing the services. Obviously, as part of enforcing equality, redistributing wealth, the same thing. But why do we need to enforce the equality? And the reason we need to enforce the equality is because we are making a moral assessment. We are doing something that is moral and that is progressive. Both. I've been called a moralist before, but progress is moral. So the proper role, as Comrade Trump knows, is to guide morality, and everything else follows.
Oh my God. All right. Frida, back to you. Best level of government for decision making: local, state, federal, global, or private?
In a perfect world, the answer would be global. Inherently, though, some of these capitalist countries keep holding out. And as such, we're stuck at the state level, the national level, because places like the United States think that it's so great to have so many people living in their striated poverties. Oh, they have so much power. Ugh, it's ridiculous. Once the revolution is completed, it will be a single world government, and that government will handle everyone's problems.
All right, back to you, Leon. Best way to stabilize currency: gold standard, digital currency, central banking, balanced budget, or free floating market?
Well, free floating is not going to stabilize anything. Free floating is all about getting topsy-turvy and getting flipped over and then the ocean. Central banking obviously is going to allow you to set the value of currency and is going to let you do everything. I do like the digital currency though. It's very, very neat, but only if it is a central bank digital currency. Actually makes things much more efficient, much more streamlined.
You heard it here first. Trotsky's in favor of the CBDC, so that's good to have on the record.
I love it.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like CCP.
Yeah. Frida, to you. Most dangerous economic policy: price controls, rent caps, deficit spending, wage mandates, or trade barriers?
I'm going to say wage mandates. When you cap people's wages, they eventually get angry and we have problems like we had at Kronstadt. You can't have caps on wages.
Frida, you were in diapers during Kronstadt.
I've listened to the things you have told me, my love.
It's true. I tell you those things a lot. It had to be done.
I know. Everything you do must be done.
Okay. I have to look at the screen to read the damn question. I should have wrote them down somewhere else. So back to you, Leon. Best way to spot propaganda: fact checking, independent sources, critical thinking, transparency, or crowdsourcing?
The fact checking is a good way of making sure that the facts are checked properly, that we have the facts that we want and not the details that we know. The independent sources, that's a disaster. Again, we've talked about Kronstadt several times this evening. The critical thinking is very important, but people have to be taught to think critically in the right way. The transparency, I don't know about that. It's again, the people don't want to see how the sausage gets made. Right? The crowdsourcing, I mean, I like crowds, but sourcing everything from them and not having a regulated way of doing it is not great. So I would say the fact checking and have the right fact checkers there. Because some propaganda is it's fine to spot it and just know that it's correct.
Okay. Back to you, Frida. Most honest information source: independent journalists, whistleblowers, economists, scientists, or ordinary citizens?
Since all of the scientists are owned by the state, they're the closest to getting you information from the state. So I would say that they are the most reliable of those sources. Independent journalists is another word for counter-revolutionary scumbag.
I don't like it. I was an independent journalist once, but that was when the revolution still had yet to take hold, and I was the editor of Iskra. I got to spend a lot of time with Vera Zasulish. Anyway, I forget what I was saying.
That's when you try to be with that bitch Vera.
Vera was a very strong woman with very strong features. Not unlike yourself. Strong opinions.
We have mercifully got to the last two questions. If I can get them out. Back to you, Leon. The greatest engine of human progress: freedom, necessity, government, competition, or capital?
Another trick question, because at different phases of history, there are different engines of human progress. Of course, capital was an engine of human progress back in a regressive era. Necessity, of course, has always been an engine of progress. The government has been an engine of taking that individual progress and scaling it on the level of society. The government imposes the necessity, and by imposing the necessity in a ordered fashion, the government is able to dictate progress and therefore make progress more efficient, have history, have an arc, as opposed to just being a bunch of scribbles all over the place. So necessity, but through the government. And that's how we move forward, as opposed to look all over the places.
All right. Last question of the night to you, Frida. Best way to build a prosperous future: decentralize power, empower individuals, reform education, reduce bureaucracy, or expand trade?
I would argue that the best way to do it is to empower certain individuals, like my beloved Leon. If you ever listen to his theories, he knows everything. The most brilliant man you've ever heard. But Free, if you're nearby, I would, listen to yours as well.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You're making them redder than the flag.
I'm like, we have
Better red than dead
mercifully
free.
got to the last score. Please enter your scores in the chat if you have not done so. Tell us what you thought. Tell us who you think won. Report us to whatever channel you're watching this on.
And vote for Mamdani. He's a democratic socialist. I don't love him, but he's going to get you there eventually.
Oh my God. Let's jump into the chat here and see if anybody survived this. It was sketchy for a while there. I thought you drank tequila, Frida, minus 200. Rude says, so maybe you can help me free. Since I've been sitting here listening, I've developed this strange twitch in my left eye. I've got an odd sharp pain around my neck. I've lost all feeling from the neck up. Oh wait, I was choking myself. That's probably a good reaction to this. 200 to Frida because I'm drinking vodka.
I'm very used to that one. Leon helps me with it nightly.
Oh my God. Yeah, mustache dance, Frida. Grind that hair in Leo's lip.
Grind it out of my nose. My goodness, I was not prepared for this.
Minus 200 Frida for killing people. Minus 100 to Free for allowing this communist love fest on the internet. The whole internet's a communist love fest. That's not just me. Is Terry in charge of producing an oxygen tank for me? Yeah, I would take it gladly right around now. I watched Gazan children blowing up all day on social media. I am only haunted by Frida's stare. Terry has been dying backstage the entire time, and it's killing me. 200 to Frida. Oh, we've got a kiss too. I couldn't do it. Now with a straight face, they're killing it. 100 to me for not having an aneurysm yet. Well, I would check back with me later. Rabbi Leo, can you talk without your hands? Babushka, minus 200. Back off, Frida. Oh, got Amity mad. 100 to Frida for the thick Latina.
Problem Amity doesn't understand is, as a one-legged woman, I always bring a weapon. My leg is also a sword.
We got a cat fight.
I have to date women who have as many legs as they have eyebrows.
And as you can see, I have but one.
Oh my God. Cat fight. Chris takes Amity. Minus 400 to Frida from going from 400 square feet to square meters and giving everyone more space.
The problem is that Leon was always the math genius. I'm good with spatial relations and art. Math was not always the best strong point. Mexico before the communist revolution was terrible in education.
Everything to me is a strong point.
Phil says the seductive eyes under the unibrow get me every time. Damn it. Can we call ICE on Frida now? Yeah, we're all pro deportation all of a sudden.
Chris, I'm in my native Mexico. You can see San Angel behind me. This is the internet. We can do this from distance.
You bro me, made me give in to the state. Minus 100 to Frida for staring at the camera. It's off-putting. Off-putting is really an understatement there. Minus 500 to Leon if he can produce a bagel with a schmear just because he's making me miss Brooklyn. 400 to Leon for pulling a butter like Frida. Minus 200 to Leon for the CBDC. 100 to me for watching this. I'd rather be in the gulag than watching Frida stare. Minus 100 to Leon for loving CBDCs. Best wrong answer game show ever. Minus 500 Frida for the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. A little more manly than Schwarzenegger, I would say. 500 to William. You'll need it when Leon sends you to the gulag. Is Mondami in the chat taking notes? I hope so. Frida blow free a slobbery kiss for 200 points. Oh my God. That's going to haunt
terrifying.
me forever.
It's terrifying. It's honestly, it's a thing of nightmares. And
That was the worst thing ever on the internet. Oh my God. Leon is well read. Oh, for sure. Points
I've read
to
my word,
Frida
yes.
for being the first actual example I've seen of the conservative stereotype that leftist women are hideous monsters. I can't believe that this episode got 7,400 live views on X. Oh my God. I didn't even see that. Minus 500 Trotsky for not mentioning the rabbits.
The rabbits are in the look. There was something with ordinances. I had to do the paperwork because I was building a rabbit enclosure, and then I needed to get some kind of signature on something, some kind of form. I had to fill this out. I had to fill that out. It's crazy. If we had better state communism. You wouldn't have to deal with all the forms, and you could just build a rabbit enclosure without worrying about any of these stupid capitalist rules. I have rabbits.
All right. Frida won, but Leon should have. The lower score wins. We're all winners here. That's what I'm telling myself, anyways. No, my eyes. I'm scared. I can't unsee that. My sleep paralysis demon just morphed into Frida, minus 1,000 points. Never sleeping again. Oh my God. Just wrong on so many levels. So the Reds got in the way of red tape. Oh my God. Let's see what the hell happened here. Somehow we did not even get to positive points at any point during this. Leon wins with negative 3,100. Frida with negative 4,699. Frida, you came up a little short. What do you think tonight?
As always, I believe that the points should be redistributed between the people. As such, I don't believe there are any losers other than those who would fight against the government. Anyone who wants to see my art, it's easy to find online. Or I can make you something special later.
And I would just like to say that you can find Frida on Facebook at FreeDadAss. She is an artist, a communist, and a thick ass. Thank you, Frida, for waddling your thick ass in here for us. Appreciate you. Or I guess it would be hopping your fat ass in here. Yeah. And Leon, the big winner tonight. What do you think,
my
Leon?
disability.
The big everything, I haven't had this much fun since I partied with Simone Veil back in the day. But that's a reference that nobody's going to get. It's fantastic. I love myself. No, it was wonderful. It was good to be on. It was good to teach some of the people about some of my work and my writing. And it was, of course, always lovely to be seeing the lovely face of Frida Kahlo.
All right. Let's bring Terry back in here. She's been killing me all night.
Terry,
did you survive?
I survived. My glasses have been fogged up the whole freaking show. I can't see shit. From like, is that say 200 or 100 or what? And then I get close to the screen, and what would Free do? Oh, he would freeze Frida's gawky face right there in me. I'm like, I'm dying back here. I'm freaking dying back here. You're worried about freeze oxygen? Y'all better worry about my damn aneurysm. So that's what you better worry about.
Alexa, you're not going to like dance.
Quit covering your face up, Free. You've been playing tricks on me. Man up. Fess up.
Oh my God.
I
I want to know whose idea it was to have Kyle be Frida.
He was given the choice. It was Frida, Lenin, or Stalin. And Kyle went with Frida for I don't know what reason.
She tells me that I was given the choice of being Trotsky, but that's just not true.
No, I said you're not listening to me again. I said Frida, Lenin, or Stalin.
No, we all know you wanted to be Trotsky. That's a fact right there.
Yeah.
Some love to Terry.
Can you think of a better Trotsky? I mean, come on.
You thought Terry couldn't put up with any more nonsense, and then Halloween happened. So yeah, thank you to Terry for that. Would anybody like to give a shout out to comrade Amanda Griffiths? We got lots of information on her. She's at Ajax the Griff on X. You can follow her also at LP_allies. There's a lot of words there. I haven't been able to see for like an hour. Anybody want to give Amanda a shout out?
She's an anarchist troublemaker, and I'd like to give her a few shout outs of commands in the Gulag, or at least have someone else do it. But no, you should not follow Amanda. She's terrible. She'll fill your head with all these crazy ideas. It's no good.
Oh my God. I blame Amanda for 98%.
I blame Amanda for literally everything.
No, I didn't do Leon. So Leon, you can follow at got the Trots on Facebook. And so we did the Amanda one. Anybody want to give a shout out to my buddy Kyle Davis, also with LP Alliance? He's the Orcanus something was here, and at LP_allies. Anybody want to give Kyle a shout out?
I don't think he deserves a shout out. He keeps being in the way of everything that needs to be done, caring about individuals. He and Amanda are some of the worst people on the entire planet.
You know, he's an enemy and all, but his face is strangely appealing, and I don't know why. It reminds me of, he's got an interesting face.
I would
it's
have to see
similar-
him from behind to know if I actually needed to be worried.
Well, fair.
Got a couple more comments here. Libertarians can be funny. 58 episodes in, we finally figured it out. We know Kyle's kink is unibrows and flirting with Free. God help us. Well done, everybody. Shout out to Amanda for somehow both being a libertarian and having romantic fantasies about
It's a
Trotsky.
malicious lie.
Good job from Mark. This is great from Amity. Shout out to Kyle for actually going through that costume. Great show. Thank you for staying up, Shirley. I'm sure you'll never sleep again after this. The entire concept of Trotsky and Frida doing the horizontal mambo kind of bothers me, not going to lie.
History, Rude. I don't know
It's
what to
not
tell
really
you. That's
horizontal.
history.
It's more like a T on its side.
With a kickstand.
I use my leg to hold myself up. I just put it under my crutch.
Oh, make it stop. Please, God, make it stop.
I can't see shit.
Well, I'd like to apologize for the 8,500 people that stumbled across this on X. And
As Casey would say, oh my Jesus, what have we done? Okay, I'll be making the shorts in the morning. You guys ready?
I'm so excited for those shorts.
well,
Any of them that have Leon in them, I want.
I know you do, baby. I'll send them to you, I promise.
Thank you,
Woo,
Tim.
did I just say that?